Hey, welcome back to MCOC Noxie, the master of mediocre gameplay. Here we've got some fun off-season fights for you and off-season wars. I'm going to be probably focusing on Path 1, Path 7, and Path 9 for this new alliance I'm in. And I'm on Path 7 here, which is a cleanse path, which is great for APOC. And I have a rank 5 APOC, and I'm bringing Cable along for just the extra muscle in APOC. It's great. And, because APOC's debuffs cannot be cleansed. And so that is fantastic. So this is basically an APOC lane. So if I was placing defenders, I would place anti-APOC defenders here. Because he's going to answer the node. So I'd probably, put a bunch of tech attackers or something like that. Or defenders, excuse me. Because he's going to be a really strong counter for this node. So I push him to his SB2. I hate his SB2. As you can tell, APOC's doing an absolutely good job here. Trying to get him to throw that SB2. I do something in this fight, and I think every fight with APOC here, that I forget. That when you have Cable along, he's at his 4 charges, and he can beat through a block, or he can break through a block and stun the opponent. And I don't think I do that once in any of these fights. Back when I was using APOC a lot, I was in Plat 3, Plat 4 Alliance, and I used APOC all the time. I was fluid with him, and I haven't used him in war in a long time, so some of his kit is a mystery to me at this point, and I have to relearn it. So here we've got only a rank 4 Nick on this path. APOC is once again just an absolute... I know the temptation is to put cleanse champs, right? So there's a lot of skill champs, but you're just begging for people to send an APOC here, and that's what we'll be doing. If you put a bunch of skill champs here and don't have strong APOC counters, then you're going to be getting the big old Paco boy. And from memory, this is a few days ago, this fight goes pretty well. I want to push him to his SB2, of course. I want to keep his attack charges down, which is great. Being a mutant, that's not too hard. Here I push him to his SP1. Do I throw? No, okay. I bait out a heavy, that's nice, good job me. I push him to SB2. I go to SB2, so everything's going well here. This might push him to his real Nick Fury. Yep, there we go. Pushes him to real Nick Fury face. So everything here is going just swimmingly. He's in his real life. I push him to his SB2. Now, okay, so I'm trying not to push him to SP1 very clearly. I have my my relic, my striker, that allows me to push him again to SB2, which is what I want. He's now down below the 30% threshold, so he's not going to be losing any more health. You have to take it from him. And so almost got him with that SP1. One more crit would have done it. Just needs one more hit, and he's fine there. Down goes Nick. Maybe a little bit longer a fight if he was a rank 5. All right, so here's a fight that I'm including because it's a learning experience for me. So here I've got almost full health, and I'm not sure what I should have done differently other than bring a different attacker, to be honest. Now I know I want to bait out heavies, but you're just going to watch. I'm guessing this Attuma is a pretty high sig, and you're just going to see he starts melting me through contact, right? His direct damage. So I know Shuri is a fantastic counter to Attuma. I have never tried Professor X, but I know he's a non-contact champion, right? I don't think any of his... Do any of his attacks make contact? I'm not sure. I don't think they do. But you're just seeing, like... so there's, once again, I missed up my spacing. I thought I had enough space. I was trying to bait him into a heavy. So here I put an SB2 on him, and look at just the damage it's doing on me. Like, I'm doing all the hitting, and yet now he's gonna go unstoppable, which I don't know what triggers it not to. Like, I don't know how to make the unstoppable go away, and I'm just going like, oh crud. So the unstoppable's gone. I waste my striker. Awesome. And so there I go. I bait out his heavy, and I'm dead. And so I didn't play that perfectly, of course. But I also don't know what I should have done differently. I brought Cable in just to finish that off with his degens. But you can still even see Cable took about half damage right there, just fighting him. So here we've got a Sugar Pill Maw. I hate fighting Maw. There was a time where I was pretty good at fighting him, and I have lost that ability. He just has a lot of things to keep track of. But this is my rank 4 Cassie. And I want to get good with Cassie. I would love to rank 5 Cassie someday. I like her a lot. I love Power Sting champs. And Cassie is a great Maw counter. And of course she is a decay attacker. So she's going to completely counteract the node here, or the attack tactic. So you're going to notice how many times Maw just straight up refuses to attack into me when I shrink down. Like, it is crazy. Like, the AI has gotten so much smarter, hasn't it, in the last year. It's just like, oh, I know what you're doing. You're Cassie, you're shrinking down. I'm not going to attack you, stupid. And you're like, oh, great. So trying to keep the power stings on him. I think they end up falling off. Oh, there's a good one. One thing I need to remember to do with my Cassie that I don't know if I ever do, so there he is, just holds his block, is I need to put the poisons on, because that it greatly lengthens the duration of your power stings. So I am absolutely, every once again, just holding block while I shrink down. Great. I don't know that I ever get just a huge power sting attack on him. So I'm sitting there with all of those, I forget what they call it, PIM particles or whatever. There's 6 of them, something like that. If I finish a combo with a light, it's gonna, a 5-hit combo with a light, it's gonna put a poison on him. And so we need to remember that for the future. This is just a practice, war. Nothing real serious here. So I mistimed my heavy, thinking he would charge in, but thankfully Cassie's heavy is so dang long. It like covers almost half the screen. Like, it's crazy how much space, how much of the map. And so here's my big error right here. The fight was going pretty well. Everything was in hand. But then I got caught in a dashback. He didn't do anything fancy. So I get him down to 6%, and I have I'm red and he's red, and I'm going, okay, this will definitely take care of that last 6%, right? And I'm sure it did way more than 6%. But so if I hadn't gotten caught in that dashback, man, that would have been a really nice fight. Really nice. All right, so here we've got another war. And this is my newly rank 4 SIG 200 Angela. And I'm bringing along Odin to give the pre-fights. So Angela should be hazard shift immune this whole war. That's what I'm going into. I've never tried this before. This is the first time I've ever brought Angela to a war, and it's also the first time I've ever fought Photon in a war. And so I'm largely unaware of how to fight her. I faced her in the Thonebreaker EQ like everyone else, but I really have no memory on how to fight her, and I couldn't duel her or anything like that. So I'm kind of fighting blind here. So here's her SB1. It catches me, and that's no fun. So there she is. I'm just trying to figure out, can I hit her? Can I not hit her? Because sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. So I'm assuming it's a percentage thing. So as long as she's stunned, I'm going to give it a try. So here I think I've got the SB1 kind of figured out. I don't think she catches me with it again. But now we're going to have to face the SB2, which I have no memory of facing, so I just take it. And what I'm guessing is it's kind of the timing of a Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider CGR SP1. That's kind of what it felt like. Is that right? It's a blast, pause, blast. And so the SP1 seems a little easier, but the SP2 doesn't seem too difficult either. And it seems like being hazard shift immune, the Angela's pretty good for that fight. I took a lot of damage, got caught, but once again, I haven't faced Photon outside of Thonebreaker EQ. The same thing here for Golden Boy, for Adam Warlock. I have never faced him outside of Cav EQ. Never faced him in war. I remember his SP1 is like 2 dashbacks, and that's kind of all I remember. I remember when he goes into his little sarcophagus or tomb or whatever, his regeneration chamber. I don't know what they call it. Don't attack it, or you'll be stunned, and he will punish you. He'll kill you, basically. That's kind of all I remember about him. I didn't know he could go unblockable. I don't know that that's from the node. And see, I just got caught right there. Just got clipped. I just mistimed the SP1, and so now I'm thinking I'm dead for sure. But I'm going to keep putting up an effort. Not going to throw in the towel. You want these learning experiences when you're fighting a new champ, especially in off-season war. I mean, you don't ever want to die just because you don't want to look stupid. So now he's indestructible. I see that, I think. I'm going to let that fade out. Angela's SP1 puts on armor breaks, which is nice. I don't know anything about Warlock. So he's not immune to armor break. There we go. He's got the slow on him, it looks like. That's great. I'm trying to keep him to his SP1. And at some point, he's going to go into his sarcophagus or regeneration chamber. And I feel like you're not supposed to touch it. Not supposed to attack it. So that once again, the node has him going indestructible right there. So I waste my special one, which is not awesome. So stasis pod incoming. I saw that. So he goes into a stasis pod, I guess is what it's called, and I just stand still because I'm like, I don't know what to do. And the fight has started going my way. I'm figuring out kind of the rhythm of his SP1. I don't want to face his SP2 because I don't remember it. I need to go online and check his SP2 to see if it's actually the easier one to deal with. So there it is again. I just keep forgetting the node. Every time I gain a bar of power or an SP1, he's going to go indestructible for like 5 seconds. So I need to wait and then throw my SP1. So you can't just be in the middle of a combo and then throw an SP1. So there he goes. I figured it out now at the end of the fight, thankfully. It looks like I'm figuring out the rhythm of his SP1. And Angela's beefing up. She's getting stronger and stronger. Each fight, Angela's debuffs get stronger and stronger, making the opponent weaker and weaker. All right, so this is a fun fight. So, of course, Rintrah is a sugar pill defender, and he's already one of the most annoying defenders in the whole game. Not that hard, just stubborn and beefy. He's got one of the biggest health pools in the game. Watch this cow melt. We are talking about well done. That's not how I like my meat, but that's how I like this fight. It is well done. He is going to get burned. And so Void is a decay attacker, and he's going to put those debuffs all over Rintrah. And he's going to make him pay. So Void is just unbelievable. If you can get a sugar pill opponent, and then I thought I had my spacing down, and I did not. So that was stupid, of course. But just watch the cow melt. I mean, he's normally such a stubborn defender. And Void is just the answer for Rintrah in this meta. Down he goes. Easy breezy. Took a couple hits just because of my own stupidity. So I think that Rintrah was a mini-boss. So here we've got a Mysterio as a mini-boss. He's also a sugar pill defender. And so I am going to try it with Angela. She is a tactic attacker. She's a decay attacker. So she's going to be putting on those withers. Already up to 5. And of course the goal here is to push him to his SP2. Because I hate that SP1. I need him to throw it because he's gaining tons of power. Boom, 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 one. And then I'm never sure exactly what that icon does after the SP2. Sometimes you'll swing at him and miss, and other times, like right there, you make contact. And so I'm not really certain. I want to push him to his SP2. He's obliging. He's being very friendly there. Do I try it again? Yeah, see, I hit him again. So he wants to throw some heavies, as he always likes to throw those heavies, doesn't he? He's a heavy boy, or at least a heavy throwing boy. So I'm able to use my striker to push him back to his SP2. He is now not unblockable, but unstoppable. So I don't know why he went unstoppable. I'm assuming it has something to do with the node, but I'm not sure. I think it's the only time in the fight it happens. So I'm able to, yeah, there we go. The fight goes really, really nice. And those are some fun wars. I am looking forward to, of course, I will run my Ascended rank 5 Kingpin on Path 9 if they don't ban him. But I've got Angela as a great option as well. Have a good one, guys. See you when war starts.